Like I said, if Yuji, the only problem, like this is why Yuji keeps getting outdone, in my opinion. Like I made a video on this. He's so in his own head with every single fight. I'm tired of seeing it, bro.
Oh yeah, he
I,
does. He
I
doesn't fight like a
Yeah.
sorcerer. No, you made an
does,
insanely good point there. He doesn't. He doesn't
yeah,
fight with any kind of disguise, any kind of. I mean, he physically fights with finesse, but mentally,
he,
on the
he
back
doesn't
end
have,
of the game,
yeah, he
yeah, he
doesn't
doesn't
have
do
it.
all that. He
Goes
doesn't
into his
try to trick
character.
his opponent.
He doesn't at all.
No, and no, that's
Goes
And
not
into
part of
his
his
character,
character.
you know.
Oh yeah, but when you're in the world of Jujutsu, when you're in the world
you
of
have,
sorcerers, when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do. When you're in the world of
I would,
sorcerers, do as the sorcerers do.
I would understand it not being a part of his character being a valid point, if not for the fact that he's put that aside in fights after like constantly relearning the same lesson.
Yeah, it has
Like
to be beat into him before he'll actually do it. And then he
which
does it and he's like, man, that was, well, we're all
is that
like, yeah, that was kind of a good idea.
it
He
started. It
had
literally started. It started with the Hanami fight when Toto smacked this man Yuji. And it's like, look, you can't use anger as a trigger, right? Then fast forward to Shibuya. Toto has to come up again and teach him the same lesson about letting his emotions get the better of him because he was literally about to crawl on the ground and die if Toto didn't pop up. Obviously, he saw Nobara die, which is very sad. But like, once again, you're still in a fight. You post to mourn after, which is like, I'm not downplaying it because it's good writing for his character. But then it happens again after Shibuya with the Yuta fight when even Yuta was like he's holding back, which I'm not saying he was gonna beat Yuta, but he could have at least ran away. It just seemed like he wasn't in his right state of mind of that because obviously following Shibuya, so many people died, and then Higuruma once again. He was like, "Yeah, I did kill those people," but that I don't think that really nerfed him at all because he was
Your
still fighting.
roommate even had to tell him, like, bro, no, you didn't. I am a lawyer. You are innocent. It's okay. Nobody is going to convict you. It's okay,
And
Yuji.
once Yuji finally gets over this hurdle that it's not his fault and that he's doing his best, like once he gets over that, because Megami doesn't think about any of that, and you've seen how strong Megami is when he's focused, right? If Yuji puts his emotions to the side, he will actually be the demon god that Chozo said he was.
Megami's doing exactly what Gojo told him to way, way, way,
Yeah.
way back when we first saw that domain expansion. It's his mentality, and he's had a better
Yeah.
mentality since then. And that's actually
You gotta
why
be
back
selfish.
then,
Isn't that what Gojo told him?
something like that, like think for yourself.
Yeah.
Like he used the analogy of
You have,
Gojo and
oh,
Yuji would always go for the home run. Megami went for
yeah,
like the sacrifice bunt or fly or whatever. The smart move, but that's not going to get you anywhere in the world of sorcery, the world of fighting curses. You got to go
yes,
for it. But that's actually why I think, because back then, I mean, it was pretty. I think Gojo even basically said it like, Yuji's passing you up. Like, he's stronger than you right now. You have more potential than him, but your mindset's holding you back. I think ever since then, we've seen a better mindset from Megami, and we've seen Megami catching up to Yuji steadily throughout the series. To the point where
definitely.
now he's caught up. Now it's a pretty damn good fight. Yuji's still holding himself back, while Megami's been progressing faster than he was previously.
Hey, what Megami said about them 5 points, I'm not Itadori.
Yeah,
Bro.
that was cold. He said he's not Yuji. He doesn't mind getting a couple points. I'm like, oh, okay.
I remember Power Hunter's videos like, bro, you better get them 5 points.
Bro,
Like,
I was holding him to it. If Megami walked out with 0 points, we was gonna have some problems.
I'm mad
and
he didn't kill that.
absolutely love the way he
I
killed that guy. I'm the one that he called a Neanderthal. Like,
Yeah,
it literally mirrors the panel of
yank.
Toji stabbing up Dagon.
Yep, just
Absolutely
straight in the
phenomenal.
face. No, I know what you mean about Remy though, but I will say that scene was
Please,
so satisfying. I'm willing to forgive him for that. That was
please kill.
so
I'm sorry.
satisfying. I
She
still
had
want her to
such
be
a
dead though.
bro. That I'm so mad. She had such a cool design, and then we just saw the absolute worst side of her. I was like, I don't want this character no more. Get her gone. I don't like her.
Remy,
Yes,
Yeah,
Remy.
bro, I
oh
put
my
on a
God, the way
suit.
Megami.
I put on a suit jacket and did a game show impression. And this stupid ass hoe gotta be
Oh,
lying just to make me
oh my,
wrong.
oh
Hell yeah, she
my
should have died. Put on a damn suit for
Oh,
this and
yeah,
everything.
you were really upset about that.
Hell yeah, I was upset about that.
Bro,
Gege
it was the
Akutami out
obvious
here
answer.
Gege is teaching children to read books by the cover when that is not something you should do. We've been teaching that for years. Akutami is a bad leader.
oh my God, bro.
He's teaching us bad habits.
And more, bro. The culling, bro. The fact that once again, I'm still blown away. This is only the beginning of the culling games. I'm blown away. Like,
Yeah.
just the introduction to Kiguruma sitting in a pool is probably one of my. If they gave me a color
That was
panel
so
for that, I would
legit.
like him.
With him trying to act like a delinquent.
Yeah.
Bro, I
That
loved it.
absolutely had me dying.
I absolutely loved it.
Like, have you ever took a shower with your clothes on? Feels really good. I'm like, bro, what are you saying?
I'm sitting here like, no, but I've taken a shower with a drink before. It's called a shower beer.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
That introduction was amazing. It was Gege. I feel like Gege has been nailing every character's introduction is cool, even if the character themselves is not cool.
Oh, that is straight up his strong suit. Just characters in general. Anything he wants to do with them, flawless. Absolute diamonds.
I think he's having a blast with creating all these characters and curse techniques.
And
I think we're seeing like a whole lot of homage to like stuff that Gege enjoys, like Hunter x Hunter, like with Ryu's design. He looks just like Chrollo, and then we have his technique. It's literally like the spirit gun.
yeah,
He's having a great time.
Oh,
I
he's having a
just-
blast.
I don't think people like. I'm not saying they don't appreciate it, right? But so many people don't give Gege as much credit as he deserves. Like a lot of people like complain art style and stuff like that, but I think like his art style definitely fits the story, and his writing, like I don't think JJK has had a single like major inconsistency. I don't even know if it has any inconsistencies.
Besides Naoya,
Yep.
flawless.
Yeah.
Including Naoya. Flawless.
Besides Naoya, flawless.
Get him out of here. We're done. Let him get stabbed in the back by a woman. Let him get out of here.
It's fine.
Shoot.
It's fine. He's not. He's not dead. It's all fine. He's not dead.
I feel like that arc is so slept on. Like people absolutely hated it. Like when it was being serialized weekly. I feel like now a whole bunch of people like it more, but at the time,
And I was over here
People were
kicking
going,
Nanami out of my #1 spot to make room for Maki. I was loving it.
Yeah, it's cool. He's gonna get the rematch with Maki. Just wait till he comes back.
but I'm hope he gets back, man. Bro,
Gonna
Naoya could have been
come
like
back as a cursed
awesome
spirit and get
anti-hero.
exercised again. Just like that knife exercised the back of his lungs.
No, man. I made the video. I made the video.
No, you're good.
Reverse curse.
Man.
Bro, Pirate Hunter, you got something against Naoya. I don't know what it
do.
is, but
I do. I can't stand him. Nothing good about him.
Hey,
Dickhead for no reason. Thinks he's better than he is. Lost
Well,
both of his fights.
Well, to be fair, it's not for no reason.
No, he was really good. He was really good. I mean,
he grew up in the most brutal clan. Like, like being raised in that clan, everybody in that clan was dickheads. It wasn't just him.
oh yeah,
So
he learned from the people around him, and those dickheads around him. They were all lauding him as a genius and a prodigy. So he's like, yeah.
Look who his dad is. His dad is literally Naobito.
oh, he couldn't wait for him to die.
Yeah, that whole family is so terrible.
But I really want to know like how he came to look up to Toji. Like when we had that little flashback to him running to see like how the failure looks, we saw Toji with a broken arm with a mad look on his
think he's
face.
kind of
Like
just chilling with that arm there. I think he was just doing that like chilling rope thing, like cool people do, where they just like chill with that one arm hanging. That's like a Japanese thing though. I've never seen like a Western piece of media do the arm hanging thing. But sorry, that was tangent.
No, that's like what Itachi does with his cloak.
Yeah. But no,
yeah.
I think it got explained rather well, but in like weird chunks and like it's kind of separated. It's
the fact that like
Maybe Toji might have
I
beat
think
him.
more so he respects power, because like he was saying, like why would he respect his other brothers like the other ones when like he's stronger than them, and the fact that I think he's the only one that really understood, just like obviously they understood because they were afraid of Toji, but he's the only one that really understood just how powerful Toji was.
But you got to remember, he even mentioned that the other Zenin told him that Toji was weak, or this like pathetic, washed up man, or whatever it was. Like they were dogging on Toji, and then when he walks by, now he as a little kid could sense exactly how powerful he was. So that made him look at all the others that couldn't even sense true strength. Like, you people are idiots. You are weak. He is strong. He is what I should look up to. I think that's exactly why he looked up to Toji so much, which was the one right thing that Naoya did in his entire life. He actually got that one right.
See?
So
You're finally coming around.
Hey, he got 1 point for not being stupid enough to look at Toji like the rest of the Zenin did. Congratulations.
That's right. That's all right. Come on this side, man.
He got that
Hey,
one.
maybe you don't hate him so much.
See, but Maki knows how strong Toji is too, because she's like the spitting image. So I mean, it's okay. I'll stay in the church of Maki Zenin. It's okay.
No.
We got
Maki,
we got really nice drapes over here, guys. Like you should
but
see these things. They're
I
flowing.
mean,
Don't even have to have any wind. Still flowing.
yeah,
Nice and pretty.
yeah, but Maki does. She only found out about Toji and Shibuya, so like L, like that's the L right there. I don't think she understands just like who paved the way for her. So I'll stay over here.
I mean, I don't know. She saw him fight up close. She saw him,
To be fair, our drapes are burnt a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh, that was actually kind of mean. I feel kind of bad about that one. Damn.
Honestly, like throwing away his character for a second, right? Like let's throw away like character writing. Honestly, I just like him on surface level too. Like the design, amazing character design. Like giving him projection sorcery so we can actually see what it can do because now Beto didn't really get a fair chance. Like aesthetically, he's aesthetically pleasing, and he does have character there. Like there's more behind him than just fuck Maki, fuck freaking Mega.
Fuck women in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, his dad is.
Oh yeah, no, he learned that shit. That is the whole Zenin clan. Technically, that is an old school way of thinking, and that is an old school family. So I mean, there you go.
I can't hate him for something that was installed in him. That's something that like he.
100% can.
You
big, you smart, you can learn, do better. New day, you new you.
The whole clan is literally brainwashed.
Oh, they are. It's that stuff is
the only ones
ingrained
who
in their
aren't
culture.
brainwashed are the black sheeps.
The black sheeps. Wow. Yeah. True. I mean, yeah. No, you're right.
I'm telling you, like, look at Maki, Megami, Toji. Like, they're the only ones who realize like how wrong the Zenin clan is, and Gojo as well.
Oh yeah, no, it's literally the only people that are smart enough to look at the Zenin clan for what they truly are the people treated like shit by the Zenin clan.
Exactly.
Except for Gojo. Gojo.
Yeah, them
Gojo
eyes see everything.
When he got older.
Them eyes see everything. No.
And he saw them like,
bro,
kill his friend.
The biggest flex in this entire series, I swear to God, is Child Gojo turning around on Toji, who is trying to not be noticed. Like, bro,
I think the biggest
flex
flex is like when the two spies were like they went to go see Gojo, and Gojo's like, "Yo, what are you small fry looking at?"
Yeah,
bro, that was crazy.
Bro, both of them, little baby Gojo, just looking at people stupid. Like, what the hell you think you're doing?
Man,
mega flex.
I'm not gonna lie, that was so cool during the Gojo and Toji fight. And Gojo was like, I'm not one to remember people. Toji was like, I'm not one to remember people. Gojo was like, don't sweat it. Bro, that was so fire, bro.
So, I got a question. This is something I was thinking about today. I just want to run it by you guys, see what opinions come up from it. Yeah. Toji versus Gojo. Toji was rusty. He hadn't been in the game for a while. He mentioned it multiple times, like, oh, this is starting to come back to me. I'm starting to remember what it feels like, all this stuff. He was rusty, and at the very end, when he lost, he stated that he went against what he stood for. He tried to stand up to the might of the Jujutsu world, just like face to face. And that's why he lost to Hollow Purple, because he stood up to it face to face. He didn't do what he would. Toji didn't take the situation and fight the way he normally would. He got prideful and wanted to stand and try to beat it in a head-on battle. Do you think if Toji was not rusty and did not do the whole prideful thing in the end, the fight would have gone any differently, or would it still have been a just wash after Gojo got reverse curse technique?
First.
Okay, all right, cool. Listen, I don't think that's I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think that's fair for Toji to not be rusty, because that's like, to be fair, Gojo had just figured out like Limitless and everything like that after that fight. So that's like saying, okay, so it's like a Gojo that actually figured out how Limitless works, and the one that has like, he just figured out reverse curse energy, him versus full power Toji, I still think Gojo wins.
That's perfectly fair. And I wasn't even saying that like makes Toji better than peak Gojo, because that was not peak Gojo. Yeah. That was the initial learning that new stuff. But just saying, in that moment, do you think that's different?
In that moment, if he's not rusty, I think that like I don't think it has something to do with him rusty. I think if Toji didn't get cocky,
he didn't get that prideful moment.
Like if he wasn't so cocky and finishing Gojo, if he would have just cut his head clean off, it would have been a wrap. Like even like Gojo, when he comes back, remarks like, after I gave up on fighting after you stabbed me in the neck, he thought he was already dead. That's
Yeah,
what he
that
shouldn't have
time
did.
that
If he
wasn't
would,
prideful. He thought he was dead. He stabbed him like in the
yeah,
head and the neck and everything. Like
like
he thought he was dead. But after that, with the
yeah,
hollow purple, that's second.
which is so weird. So my question is, does no one in the Zenning family has reverse curse energy? Because it's like you think he would factor that in. Like,
Probably there are other people who have it, but
I
I
mean, it
don't
maybe
think.
you
is
can use it as food.
really high level. Like that is, I mean,
Uh,
like the hardest
yeah,
thing to learn above domain expansion.
I don't think anybody in the Zenny family has it because we haven't seen anyone with it, and Maki pretty much slaughtered all of them. So
Yeah.
definitely nobody has it.
I think
Well,
Megumi's gonna get it before the end of this arc.
yeah, I'm about to say
Well, other
we'll let Megami get it. Then somebody in the clan will have it.
well, other than Naoya because he's coming back. But yeah,
You mean other than Megami because he's the only one that's ever gonna
yeah.
get it.
I mean, I get it.
No.
I mean that's big. That's a hot take. But yeah,
No. Well, I mean, there are no other Zennians. I don't think Maki's gonna get it.
okay. What
No,
about
no,
you,
no.
Devil? What are
Yeah,
your
with that
opinions on?
Toji and Gojo thing.
Yeah, I have to agree. Definitely. I don't think Toji's winning that one, considering. I mean, Toji had the chance to beat Gojo. He could have cut his head off clean. But
Yeah,
then again, like even if he tried to like, evade the hollow purple, I don't think he was getting pretty far with that. Considering look at Hanami in Kyoto Goodwill. Hanami tried to avoid that, but
Do not
got hit
compare
with it. So.
Hanami to Toji ever again. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever say them in the same sentence again. That was disrespectful. It's okay though. It's okay. No, I think Toji's insanely fast, and he mentioned it. Like he said, he's like, I didn't do that right. Like I got prideful. Like he admitted that. Like that was not how Toji would normally handle that.
I,
But even
okay,
so, I don't think he's taking that head on. Like, bro, even
no,
if he tried to avoid that, he's not getting away.
listen. I think he could have avoided that. Here's what I'm pretty sure. Like
No way, man.
It is just
I
a
think
straight shot. I mean, it's just a.
no. Listen, here's what it was. Watching that scene, right? If you go back and reread it, he still had the inverted spirit of heaven and the other tool in his hand. I think he was trying to shut it down, but you got to keep in mind that he can't see curse energy. So, like, he can't see it. He can't see like curse, like anything curse related, right? So, I don't think he even saw Hollow Purple in the first place. He was just trying to stop whatever Gojo was doing head on. You got to like in
Yeah,
that
no,
mindset.
it was going up, and when he saw Gojo doing what Gojo was doing, he pulled it back down to try and hit Gojo first. He was slower. His attack was slower than Gojo's attack. So he could have, instead of doing that, could have been like, I need to like move 20 feet to the right. Like,
Yeah.
He could have done that instead. But that
and to
doesn't
say-
mean the fight goes to a different direction in the end. I have no idea who's winning that fight, even if he's not rusty and didn't get prideful in the end. In the fight, I still don't. I don't know. But I think it's kind of an interesting thing to think about.
We all know Gojo's winning that fight.
I mean, he's not peak Gojo though. Like
know.
that's not
I don't
Gojo
know.
after they came back from that, because Gojo trained and then came back. Was like, oh yeah, now it's on automatic. It's on this. I got cursed this stuff, recharging my brain. Like he had just unlocked reverse curse technique. It was not peak Gojo.
I don't.
Wasn't, but still, like I don't think Toji's beating that.
I
He
do.
acknowledged right then, like as like when Toji got hit with that, Toji acknowledged, like, bro, I'm in the presence of the strongest sorcerer alive. Like it doesn't get better than this. So
Oh yeah, no, but he
think-
also admitted he got prideful and tried to like bullhead that when he shouldn't have.
I do
But,
believe that Goji is winning because, like, once Gojo popped back up, you can visibly see how pissed off Toji was. He wasn't strategizing anymore. It turned into a brawl and not a fight.
Oh yeah,
It turned
because
into a
that was
brawl.
the Jujutsu world
I don't
laughing
think
at him.
Toji
That was the
pissed. I
Jujutsu
think he
world
was more
coming
so
back.
shocked.
I think it was both.
Like, he visibly got pissed. Like, if you go back and read it, like maybe not the initial count. Like in the initial count, he was definitely shocked. But during the fight, he literally got like he was so pissed off at the fact of like like he's like Pyron said that the Jujutsu world was spitting in his face. That like he just like
he just stabbed it in the head, and it just
it
got
became
back up.
it became more than a fight to him.
Yeah, it always
personal.
was. It always was. It was him versus the Jujutsu Society. He wasn't just an outsider to the Zenin clan. He was an outsider
He was
to
an
society.
outcast.
He was an outside
But, like-
outcast of regular humans too. There was nobody like Toji when he was alive. Not a single person.
But when he initially pulled up, it was, I'm going to kill Gojo, which means like he hid his presence, he did all that, and he snuck behind him and he stabbed him in the back. He was strategizing during that entire like first fight, specifically to kill him. After that, it was more like, okay, you already know I'm coming, and we're gonna do a brawl. It wasn't like, no, okay, like I'm gonna hide around and try to catch you off guard again. He wasn't trying to catch him off guard at all again.
Oh yeah, the second match was definitely a brawl. The first
Yeah.
match was definitely
Him trying
more
to
so
be
him just trying to be an assassin, get the
yes,
reward.
yes, that's what it was. And Assassin Toji is better than like, which is crazy because Assassin Toji is better than regular Toji. That's wild to think.
Nah, I don't really think so. Because like, I mean, Assassin Toji had to nerf Gojo, you know, but
I mean,
like, how would that fight would have played out if
in the
them both
world
of
of
them just met each other, no
yeah,
planning?
Gojo would have won if they listen on a head-on
Yeah,
fight. Like Gojo wins, but in the Jiu-Jitsu world, nobody's playing fair. I gotta give it to Toji. Like if we're talking like seriously, like okay, he knows
no,
there's energy and
no,
everything. At the first encounter, Toji's killing Gojo off the first encounter. That's my
no,
opinion. You don't
no. I'm
you don't
sorry,
think?
no.
Okay, okay.
I mean,
All right, Hunter, what you think?
to be fair, Gojo didn't have reverse curse technique in that initial one, so I like that's kind of tough for Gojo. Like he doesn't even have everything. And a big thing was
Oh
it
no,
like, but here's the thing: you also have to remember Toji didn't like come down on the sneak attack and immediately behead him or immediately stab him in the head. He
He
came
could have.
down, got a shot off. They reacted. Gojo's like, it's fine. It's like a pin cushion to me. I'm reinforcing it and everything. It's okay. Then Toji brings in the chaff, the swarm that's made up of these flies of cursed energy. So that makes it hard for Gojo to see. That is not like Toji coming in from anywhere. That is a tactic Toji is using in mid
Yes.
fight. That is part of how Toji fights. And like I said, Gojo doesn't have reverse curse technique at this point. So this is nowhere near peak Gojo. Gojo, between that first encounter and the second encounter, completely different monster. I
Two
honestly
different people.
believe unlocking reverse curse technique is probably the biggest singular buff any sorcerer can get. Singular buff.
Yes.
yeah, I can see what you're getting at, but like, still, like, I mean, Toji had to prepare a whole like. Toji was doing his research before he met Gojo. Like,
I'm not.
had a
I'm.
whole bunch of stuff ready for him.
I'm not. Yeah, that's the thing. But that's in the world of like Jujutsu sorcery. That's within that realm. I'm not saying that Gojo loses to Toji when he's not off guard. Because even that Gojo, I do believe like if Toji didn't catch him off guard in the first place, he could have beat Toji.
Yeah, like
I'm
if he
saying
knew Toji was gonna be coming for him, so he was like expecting it at some point. Yeah, I
right,
think that
but that
also makes a very big difference. But that initial like,
I'm saying
hey,
yeah the first initial counter Toji is winning. He did win. Matter of fact, the only reason he lost was because of the fact of reverse curse energy existing in the first place. If
because
he
he
would have
did.
just cut off at the end, that's
Just
right.
kill Gojo, man. Man just
I'm
left him to bleed out.
I'm pretty sure the Toji we saw in the Shibuya incident kept every single memory of the previous one. Because why do you think he didn't stop stabbing Dagon in the head?
Yeah, because he
That
wasn't
dude
trying to
had
have
I
him.
think he was just,
PTSD
I think
from
he was just
Gojo.
hungry for blood.
PTSD. He stabbed Gojo in the head one time. He's like, "Yeah, we good." Came back, never
No,
again. Always
it
double
was.
tapping from now on. Dagon, you're
I don't
getting
think.
100 stabs.
Yeah, I don't think it was bloodlust because, like I said, he literally his whole entire thing in that form was to go after the strongest person, which means that he went after that person is dead. He has to make sure that person is dead before he can go to the next target. That's all it was. It wasn't bloodlust. He just wanted to make sure he was
Yeah, no,
dead.
he was literally stuck in a
And
process.
a cursed spirit
What do
like
they call him?
Dagon, which is definitely special grade,
A
it was
puppet of
necessary.
carnage. Wasn't that what they called him? Like a puppet of
Yeah,
carnage?
the little like
That was dope.
the puppet. I'm telling you,
Yeah, that was wild.
Dagon was
But
a
no.
monster. 4-on-1. Crazy. All
that's
keeping our domain at the same time. Domain
bro.
tug of war. Same.
And that's just such a like, bro, the inverted spirit. The fact that you gotta understand. Also, here's what I'm saying. Literally after that fight, Gojo said he destroyed those weapons.
Yeah, he's like, no more. Nope.
Like
That is
I don't want to. He
too
doesn't want to
dangerous.
deal with that. That goes to show you just how crazy that was.
Bro, Toji is a different
Almost
breed. I'm
died.
not gonna even lie, man. I wonder how Maki's gonna surpass him.
I don't think she can without the inverted spirit of heaven. I don't think she can. Like I think she's on that level, like physical wise, like stats and anything like that. But like without Toji's arsenal, I don't think she can surpass Toji.
Yeah, because I mean that's a big thing that made Toji what he was. Like his arsenal of not only weapons but also curses that helped him too. Like that weird worm thing that that thing's creepy. I don't even want to talk about it.
That
The
thing
storage
with the
unit.
hair on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hairy bug.
if Rika's not creepy, you can't call that creepy.
Nah, I
Rika's
think
not
it's
creepy.
100% creepier than Rika. 100%. Rika is like got
Speaking
some
of
cool
Rika,
to offset the creepy. That thing is just creepy and ugly.
Hey man, they serve the same purpose, man. It's like a little brother.
speaking of Rika, Rika last chapter was no, Rika the chapter before was insane. The way she just ripped off Uro's arm, crazy.
You
Yeah,
ate it? Oh man, that was.
And
I,
bro.
she bit through Kororoshi's spawn.
bro, she out here looking like my dog every time I let it outside, trying to just eat something off the ground as soon as it sees it. Like, bro,
Oh, oh
she's out
my
here eating stuff.
God, man.
That is wrong. You gotta put a
Oh my.
leash on Rika or something. You can't just be letting her eat people's arms for no reason. Like, come on,
Okay, so
back,
is there
back.
like, is there anything else I want to touch upon, like, right now?
I think I got a question.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
What are the chances that you see the culling game after it's all said and done, all being a big plot for Yuji? Whether it be to increase his cursed energy through trauma before resurrecting Sukuna fully through him, whatever direction you want to take it. But we know Sukuna's planned a lot of stuff for Yuji. And we've had people from Yuji's past come back. It feels like Sukuna is just setting up a big old bowl of
Being
suck it
Kenjaku.
soup. Kenjaku, yeah.
No,
Kenjaku, sorry. Setting up a
Sukuna. Sukuna. Listen, him and Kenjaku have two different plans. They just know each other. I would say, like you said, like I think what this leads to is what everybody in the community what they want, not what I want, but what they want, and that would be obviously Yuji versus Megami. I think it's gonna happen because boy, when Sukuna, I don't like Sukuna says he has plans for Megami. That could mean so much, and like we know that he even told like Arame like that he wants to see something special. So clearly he's waiting to see something from Megami,
Oh,
which
yeah.
could be the of Maharaga. It could be anything. I don't know what he wants to see from Megami, but man, I think the better question is, what does Sukuna have planned for Megami? That's what I'm scared of. It's like, does he want a better vessel? Is that what it is? Or does he want a real challenge?
I think
Just Ryu
when
2.0.
it comes to Megami, he wants him to do something that will probably allow Sukuna to like fully manifest, like fully, be in control of his body and whatnot, without having Yuji do the whole switchy thing, if that makes sense.
I mean, he already has that. He has a binding vow placed on Yuji that hasn't been brought up since like it was placed in the very beginning when
Only
his
for a
heart was
minute.
destroyed. Yeah, for 1 minute. So for 1 minute, Sukuna could come out, but I think like the condition was that he can't kill nobody. But I don't know like
No.
if he got brought back with or without that condition.
I think he even went as far as to say he wouldn't hurt anybody, but I might be entirely wrong. Can't remember. But I would
Yeah,
not be
he's
surprised if that binding vow, because didn't he at one point say, talking about Megami, like, I want to see something interesting?
yes.
That minute, I
Maybe it is
think,
to
is
fight
going to be
Megami.
used as a viewing moment. I think that minute is going to come in a moment where Yuji will want to step in and help Megami in a very severe crisis moment or some kind of something, and Sukuna will take over for a minute because this is that something interesting I wanted to see. Move over, kid. And that's going to be a
Either
horrible moment for Yuji.
that or that
Yeah,
one
what do you
minute.
mean by that? Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
I don't know specifics. I'm trying to put outlines here. Food for thought.
Either that or in that 1 minute he's gonna like he's gonna go to a location and perform. Like maybe that 1 minute like all his preparations are ready and he needs to take over like Yuji's body to make sure that he's in the right area.
That's possible.
Like like let's say Arame pulls back up and then like he says exchange so that way Yuji doesn't, I'm not saying he could kill Arame. What could he? I don't know. But Arame pulls back up, he's like, Master Sukuna, the preparations are ready. And he's like exchange and then da 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 da. They go to where they need to go and Megami is there. And it's a situation where like either he's gonna get transferred into Megami or like Yuji's gonna die somehow. I don't think he's gonna die in this arc though.
But that's gonna be an amazing scene if your Yume comes up and is like, Sukuna, the preparations are complete, and Yuji's just gonna be looking at her confused, like, what are you talking about? And just get switched out. The look
And
on
then
Yuji's face is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah. I wonder if Yuji's gonna be conscious for that, like, or is he gonna get placed in like, Sukuna's innate domain and wait for Sukuna there?
I don't know. We got a lot of options.
Definitely. The more I think about it, I do want Arame to I don't even know how to say the name.
Yeah, she
Back
got
up.
a weird one.
Urame?
Urame,
Yeah.
that's probably better than what we're throwing out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where I got Arame from, but yeah, Urame. And Mei, I'd rather not see Mei again. I'm sorry,
Mei
I'd
creepy.
rather not.
Her
Yeah,
and her
I
brother
don't-
Probably
creepy.
on vacation.
I don't want them
Her
to
and her
pop back
brother
up.
can stay on vacation.
I think they served their purpose. I think I'm fine with not seeing them again. Miguel, we're definitely gonna have to see Miguel again. I don't know what's going on with that.
I think Miguel's chilling in Africa.
Yeah, well, his storyline ties into Sukima. Damn, what? The girl that Toji that Toto looks up to.
Sumuki, I think.
Yeah, Sumiki.
Yeah, Yuki Sumuki. That's what it is.
Both of them tie into each other because it was like alluded to like the next stage of like for humans like getting rid of curse energy, and he doesn't. I don't think his people relies on curse energy. Like I think that was like stated like when she was talking to Kenjaku about like people. She was referring to Miguel and his his heritage and everything.
Wait, what about Miguel and his heritage?
Well, if you remember during the
What was
Culling
she saying?
games when
Yeah, it was at
he
the
was
end.
talking to
Or at the end of Shibuya.
yeah, they were mentioning like how like some people in a different continent managed to break away from curse energy. They were trying to break away from curse energy, and like it was like a world without like it was possible to fully break away from curse energy because she mentioned Toji. It was like a lot of disposition that happening towards the end of Shibuya.
Oh yeah, it was her and Sukuna going back and forth, relating back to what her and Geto talked about back when Geto was still Geto.
Oh yeah.
So, my question is the Culling games meant to like mirror the world of Hien or Hiene, like whatever like Kenjaku was saying, like that the world will return to?
I think that was stated that was like the whole point.
Yeah, well, that was like at the end of Shibuya. He was like, Sukuna, it's gonna be just like the Heian period all over again, or something like
Like
that.
I'm excited and shit.
But
Like, can't
Kenjaku's
wait.
a bigger goal of Kenjaku's that was stated at the end of Shibuya incident was that whole I haven't been able to create something that can exceed my own limitations, so I want to create something greater through chaos. Then he sends the entire continent or country into chaos through all the curse spirits unleashing through Uzumaki. That I honestly think ties back into Yuji. I think he's going to create something that cannot escape his own limitations with Yuji, but then throw Yuji into a world of chaos called the Culling Games / the New Heian period / all of his friends from school / bring up the whole like, hey, I'm your mom thing and I killed your dad or whatever's going to go on with that. I think a lot of that is going to end up tying into each other.
More trauma.
Does Kenjaku care for Yuji is another question, because
absolutely not.
I would say so.
Absolutely does. As a pet, as an experiment, as a like, this is my thing that I own, don't you dare break it.
He told one of Yuji's friends, like, thank you for being his friends. I'm like, okay, so obviously, you're grateful that Yuji had friends. What does that do for you?
I don't think that's how he meant it. I think he meant it as, like, this is just, I'm going to just use this more, like, to damage him later on.
Yeah,
or, like,
thank you for being friends with him so I can mess him up by killing you in front of him or something like that. Yes, but he does care about Yuji, but not in the loving way. He cares about Yuji as... like this object. Yeah, like this is a precious object to me. This is very key to my goals. I care about him. Thank you for that. But not like, I love him like my son. Hell no.
Probably not like a son, but there got to be some level of like care towards it, because like if he wanted to use Yuji's friends with him, why would he escort them out of the Culling Games? Like that just seemed like weird, not a character to escort her out of the Culling Games if you didn't want her to participate in that. That's kind of weird. Also,
I think you might want to hold off on that note.
Yeah,
he might be using them for something else later.
He could pull her back in real quick.
I mean,
pull back and kill him in front of her.
I wouldn't be opposed to that, but to have them outside of the Culling Games, that doesn't really make sense. He could just protect them while they're in the Culling Games.
See, he might need them to be protected until the barriers drop.
He
might not want them in danger yet.
Don't you think it's odd? Like it's a whole bunch of people in like one small setting. I think Kenjaku has something crazy planned later.
He got plans on plans on plans.
He gave
Kenjaku was literally 5 steps ahead of everyone. Like while they're trying to stop the Culling Games, he's in China trying to start something else.
I don't know, because like for him to have planned like this whole Yuji, for him to be Yuji's parent in the first place and plan all this, we have barely gotten him mention Yuji at all, other than the fact of like him being like he wanted to create a world where like there's like thousands of Yujis running around, which was when he was talking about the Culling Games. Like imagine like a battlefield of like a billion
1,000
Yujis,
malevolent Yujis, yeah.
I
that was after that was what he was saying about if he was able to complete the Culling Games and sweep that barrier across. They were like, what do you think's going to happen if all of these different people are created like this, and like one person goes out of whack mentally, and everybody's connected, and then it all goes to hell. So that was like an eventual happening of his plans.
That's dope. I don't know. Yuji's he really is a cog. I don't know. In the story, he really is a cog.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think he might be a cog in Kenjaku's story. Like
Might be a cog in both, man.
Yeah.